Hi friends, Laura Whitfield here, your independent Scentsy consultant with Laura's Aroma Retreat. And I'm not necessarily sharing an unboxing this evening. I'm not sharing goodies per se. But I just kind of wanted to come on here and kind of share a little bit of my Scentsy story with you guys. So we are having an amazing opportunity this month where you can join Scentsy for just $20. But I don't really want to talk about the kit. It's not about the kit. Scentsy is about the experience and about the people that you meet along your journey that just makes it amazing. So I am not a superstar director. I am not pulling in like massive buku crazy dollars. But you know, I don't care. I am having the time of my life with this. There's a lot of excitement and a lot of like adrenaline rushes for these big launches and the thrill of being able to get some of these limited time offers and share them with people and getting in new products and being able to smell it and like your whiff box every month. You know, they're just, it's the whole experience is amazing. But more than that, it's the people that have come into my life in the last 9 months. So to give you guys kind of a little bit of a backstory on me, because I don't know if I've ever actually shared this, I have always worked. I've worked since I was 16 years old. And I walked away from my career back in January of 2020 to be a stay-at-home mom. And it was one of the best decisions and one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made in my whole life. So we had 3 girls when my husband and I got together. So he had 2 and I had the 1. And it took us a while to come together. We actually dated twice before it stuck. You know, I had met him through my family. He actually worked with my dad, and he'd show up to, you know, family cookouts and family functions and stuff like that. So I always really thought always thought he was really cute. You know, but there was that weird thing there because like he was my dad's coworker and my parents were totally not cool with it because there's an age gap between the two of us. You know, 8 years can seem pretty significant when you're younger. Not so much now that I'm nearing that 40 mark. You know, but so we gave it a go twice and failed. And then, you know, the third time around, he came back in and he's like, you know, you're the one girl that I can't get out of my head. So we went for it a third time, and the third time was a charm. You know, and he had always wanted more kids. When I was younger, I had wanted more kids, but I, you know, had kind of given up on that hope because I hadn't met the right person, and I wasn't going to just bring a baby into the world to bring a baby into the world. So, you know, fast forward to 2016, we welcomed Haley into our family. So I mean, it was a big decision to decide to have more kids. And she, you know, came into our lives and had severe reflux. So that was one of the, you know, the hardest things that I ever had to do. I mean, we spent a year and a half sleeping on the couch. She couldn't lay flat. She couldn't keep food down. Not formula, not breast milk, none of it. So, you know, we finally found the right doctor who listened to us that something was very wrong. And he helped get her on medication, and things, you know, kind of started to calm down. But like I said, we had 3 older girls, and we watched our 3 older girls be thick as thieves. You know, they had pretty much grown up together as friends because, like I said, he'd been coming around for a very long time. And so we decided to have one more because, you know, here's our 3 older girls, and then here's poor little Haley out there in no man's land by herself with no partner or friend or sister or sibling that was really like close to her. So then we welcomed Elena in 2018, and you know, she wasn't sick. She was a good baby. But life just kind of went sideways for me. I mean, I was juggling a full-time career which I loved, by the way. I absolutely loved the company that I worked for. I loved the people that I worked with. I loved my job. I was an HR manager for a Goodyear Tire and Service Network. And like, it was super, super hard for me to say goodbye to these people. But so we were doing the daycare shuffle, and James and I were passing ships in the night, and we'd see each other, you know, on the weekends only, and sometimes it was just for a few hours unless his days off lined up with that, and he only gets 1 weekend a month. So, you know, it was basically me for the most part, getting up in the morning at 5:30, taking the kids to daycare. I would get to the kids by, you know, 4:30, 5 o'clock after getting off work, and come home and do dinner and bedtime, and they'd be tired from being at daycare all day, and they would just be exhausted and crying, and then I would be crying, you know, right up until the time that they went to bed. And, you know, it was really extremely, extremely rough to be running that kind of race. And the breaking point, because obviously in daycare, there's, you know, kids share germs, they lick everything, they touch everything, you know, and when your kids are in daycare, parents bring their kids to daycare, whether they're sick or not, because they have to go to work. They can't afford to just stay home or call off or take a vacation day every single time a kid comes down with something. So, you know, our kids were constantly sick. Now, I was one of those moms where if they were sick, I didn't have them go to the daycare, but it was getting to be really, really excessive, because when you've got 2 kids in daycare, you get double the illnesses in your home. So it was putting an extreme amount of stress on me. It was putting an extreme amount of stress on the kids, on my job, on everything. And then Haley got hand, foot, mouth from the daycare, and it was literally the most horrendous thing that we have ever been through. She had blisters all along her mouth. She had blisters in her tongue. You know, I had rushed her into the emergency room the night that we found out, because she was just screaming uncontrollably, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And because the blisters had not fully formed yet, but they were in the back of her throat. So the doctors were able to check her out, tell me what was going on, get us a prescription for what they call magic mouthwash, so that we could get her to rinse out her mouth so that she could, you know, at least get in water and get in soup. But it was the hardest 5 days of my life going through that. You know, having to take a syringe and squirt water into my baby's mouth because she was in so much pain that she couldn't even drink from a cup. So during that time, James had asked me when enough was enough. You know, I am not staying home on a Scentsy income, and that's the truth of it. It has helped my family tremendously, and I will throw the income disclosure down below, because, you know, it is part of a requirement whenever we're talking about money or the benefits of Scentsy. But it's not what supports my entire family household. So I just want to be clear about that. So even though I am 100% all in on Scentsy, that's not what's like paying all my bills. So, you know, if you're looking at Scentsy and thinking, oh, I want to do that, and it's not about the money for you, that's absolutely fine. And now is really the time to do that, because you literally have nothing to lose. It's $20. You get a mini warmer, you get a free bar, you get testers, you get samples. You know, I mean, you're getting more value than the $20 that you're spending. But it's a lifetime of friendships. It will change your life. It will change your outlook on everything. I had always kind of been, and I know this seems crazy if you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, the I'll be happy when type of person. So, you know, like we decided I was going to quit my job and stay home with the kids. And I had always said, oh, well, I'll be happy when I get to stay home with the kids. So, you know, we sold our home. We moved closer to my husband's job. I let go of my career of 8 years of a team that I absolutely love to make this major life change, to better my children's life, to better my husband's life, to better my family's life. And then I got here, and of course we were in our new house for 5 weeks. So we were doing our renovations when COVID hit. And all of a sudden I find myself going from this really busy, like super in my feeling accomplished businesswoman to being trapped at home with small children and no goals, no real friends, because all of my friends were at work. And now I can't even see my family because COVID has, had killed everything for me. And my family was staying away for quite a while because nobody really knew what was going on. My parents in particular were extremely overcautious, and I don't blame them for that at all. I mean, I respect their decision that they made. But we didn't see them for months, not for months. And when you're a stay-at-home mom, fun fact, if you're ever thinking about it, all of a sudden, other people in your life who are working moms go, oh, well, you stay home. Can you help me with the kids? And, I really, honestly, I don't mind. I like kids. It gives my kids somebody else to play with. But, when you go from suddenly running 6 stores and a team of almost 100 people to all of a sudden being trapped within your walls with 4 babies, essentially, you go from, running spreadsheets and running reports and organizing things to all of a sudden, like, all you do is change butts and you're a snack yacht. So, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say the other word on YouTube. So, anywho, you're just a snack dealer. It was a huge lifetime change. And I found myself sitting here feeling like, oh, well, I'll be happy when the kids, are a little bit older and they can go to school, or when they're potty trained, or, when they can make their own meals, or whatever the case may be. I found myself again sitting in that position of I'll be happy when. And that's not how it should be. And then Scentsy kind of fell into my lap. So I had seen a post on Facebook somewhere that the Darth Vader warmer was coming back out. And clearly you all know that we're a Star Wars family or a Disney family. And I went into a mom group and tried to seek out somebody who was a Scentsy consultant, because I've always just bought Scentsy from, farmers markets or fairs or art shows or whatever it is that I was going to. I would pick it up on the fly. And this time around, I didn't want to, clearly there was none of that. And I really did not want to miss out on this warmer to surprise James with it. And I know that, we had made that decision to go down to one income, and we were saying no to an awful lot of things that we had always said yes to. And I just wasn't going to say no. I was going to, I was babysitting and making some extra cash, and I was going to take my babysitting money and buy my husband this gift. So I found my sponsor through a mom group and bought the warmer from her. And then, of course, this opened me up to the world of Scentsy and everything that they had to offer. So I had no idea all of the things that Scentsy had come out with since I first purchasing it. I just knew wax and warmers. And I even went to the farmer's market, I think it was last week, and their Scentsy lady there only has wax and warmers. There's literally nothing else. No fragrance flowers, no cleaning supplies, no body kit, like zilch, just wax and warmers. That's all she's got. So, I didn't know. So now I'm like browsing through all of these Scentsy things, and my sponsor asked me, because I hosted a party and I hit qualifying, and she offered me the host discount kit. And I was like, well, let me think about that. I needed a minute to think about that. And I had brought it up years before to James when I was talking about, wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, even like pre-Haley, because I was, we were struggling with not having enough time with the other kids too. And I was like, well, what if I gave Scentsy a go? And at that point in time, and I'm kicking myself for it now. We were like, yeah, no, it's okay. Because, you know, I had known people who joined Scentsy and then dropped out. And his ex-wife had actually done Scentsy, and she had dropped out. And he was like, yeah, I think it's just kind of the thing that some people do for a little bit and then they move on. And I'm, you know, here it is back in my lap again in August of 2020, of all the times to like join a new company and start a new thing, right? And I told James that I really, like, I wanted to do it. I needed something for myself. I needed to feel like I was chasing down goals again. I wanted to feel accomplished, and I wanted to do more than wipe butts and hand out fruit snacks with my time. And, you know, when I first signed up for this, it was just like, oh, I'm just going to do something fun for me. And it ended up becoming so much more in these last 9 months that, you know, has absolutely nothing to do with money. Don't get me wrong. I have brought in some money. I mean, I work at this and I share, and, you know, I really, truly, truly believe and love this company and what it stands for and the products and the people. I really, really, really love the people. But, you know, it helped us fill the propane tank over winter because I was slinging wax. And just, you know, this month, you know, a couple weeks ago, we took our kids out to the hibachi grill for our daughter's 15th birthday. And, you know, if we were still just on only the one income, that's something we would have had to say no to. If you've ever been to a hibachi grill, you know that that's not cheap. And, you know, I got paid from Scentsy on Friday, and we were taking her out for her birthday, and we said, you pick anywhere you want to go. And she picked the hibachi grill. And I knew we weren't walking out of there with as many kids as we have for under $250. It just wasn't happening. Especially because the 18-year-old is like seafood crazy. And she's like, can I get a lobster? And I'm like, yep, you can. It's a special day. We're celebrating your sister's birthday. You know, so it was, you know, the financial part was filling my propane tank. It's put groceries in my home. It put, you know, the ability to take our daughter out to the restaurant of her choice for her birthday and let our children order whatever it is that they wanted. It also paid for our trip up to Milwaukee that very same weekend to surprise our oldest daughter and the twins for Mother's Day, because our son-in-law is in the Coast Guard and he was on base that weekend. She was going to spend her first Mother's Day alone, and we were like, no, she's not. So, you know, we packed up and we filled the tank, and as you watch rising gas prices, that really hurts my feelings at like $60 to fill the van when it was 40 just a few months ago. You know, we went up there and we spent the day with her, and we bought lunch from her favorite restaurant, which was, again, not a cheap thing, but Scentsy paid for all of it. You know, the support that you know, people have, and the trust that people have put in me to help bring fragrance into their lives has helped brighten my children's lives. It's helped us say yes to things that we otherwise would have said no to. It helped keep us warm this winter because I've never lived this rural before in my life, and I had no idea how much it was to fill a propane tank. You know, so if money is your thing, there's absolutely money in Scentsy. And I do see these people who are superstar directors, and I'm not gonna lie, I want that for myself in the future. But like I said, I'm a goal getter. But for the moment, I am super content with where I'm at and who is in my life. And I just want to share a couple of things with you, because this has been rolling around in my head all week, because I've got some really, really great surprises from people who I never, ever would have dreamed in a million years would come into my life. I know one of these, you know, I know Michelle is going to be watching this, because this is exactly how she found me. She found me on YouTube. And, you know, Lex teases me about, oh, my mom's got a YouTube channel. But, you know, even though I feel stupid, every time I do one of these, I really like feel super self-conscious and kind of nervous. And like, oh, like I watch it back sometimes and I'm like, oh, Laura Jean, what did you do? No, you should have done that differently. And in the beginning, I'll be honest with you guys, I was like trying to be Miss Perfect when I started these videos. Like I was like, no, I got to straighten my hair and I got to get a display. And then I tried to do the display thing for like Facebook Lives, and I I wanted to do all the things because you get kind of wrapped up in that, I'll be honest. And then, you know, every time I would go live, it just went whoop south with the kids. Like, they'd be super good and doing their own thing, and I'm like, yeah, they're having, you know, something with daddy. This is great. And then, like, they could even be outside with dad, and the minute I click this you know, camera button and start shooting, they're like, like, what the hell? I'm sorry. I swear like a sailor, by the way. So I try to be super clean on here because I really don't want to get kicked off. But, you know, so I was trying to do these lives with this beautiful display. I'm like, this just does not work for me. It just doesn't. So I just stopped trying to be perfect, and this is my life. And you've seen my dirty laundry over here because I haven't gotten it into the wash. You've seen my kids pop in and run through, you know, climb into the refrigerator, have food all over their face. Like, it just is what it is. And that is one of the things that I love about Scentsy too, is that I don't have to be perfect. This is my crazy hot mess life, and I've learned to embrace it. That is something that Scentsy has taught me, is to embrace the crazy as it is. So I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, and I'm so sorry. I know this is going to be a little bit longer than usual, but no, today it was raining. It was crappy. It was yucky. The girls have actually been locked inside the house now for about 2.5 days because the rain has come to the Midwest, and it's been kind of bipolar. So they were going stir crazy. And thanks to, you know, Michelle, this wonderful, kind, sweet, and just beautiful woman, who I met through here, I had a fabulous activity for my girls today. So you guys have seen me talk about pink sugarberry mint in my empties, and I've melted it a few times, the bars that, you know, I hung on to for myself. And I love this. It's just like a strawberry cake. And, you know, James has come home the couple times I'm warming it from work, thinking that he's getting some snacks. And he wasn't. So I'm like, oh baby, that's wax. So obviously she's washed these empties, and lo and behold, in the mail this week, I get 2 bars of pink sugarberry mint. I get a beautiful card that just like warms my heart. It's gonna go on my wall here. I have my happy wall, as I'm calling it, with, you know, some of the things that I've collected through Scentsy, a couple of thank you cards, you know, a couple of, you know, team awards. And she sent me this beautiful card, and she sent me a cake mix, a strawberry cake mix, and specifically told me that it was something sweet for my hubby, so he didn't have to be disappointed. And the girls and I made James a cake. I did go out and get some frosting to go with the cake. I got a like chocolate fudge frosting, because come on, chocolate covered strawberries, you just gotta. and we made cake today, and my girls had an amazing time. And it's all because of this fantastic woman that I've never met in person, never would have met. We live very, very far apart. And she blessed my life, and she blessed my girl's life, and she blessed my husband's life. And it's because of Scentsy. Like, I have no words for the amount of like gratitude that I have in my heart for this journey. And another surprise that came in the mail for me this week was this bucket of cookies. So have a magical day. I'm surprised there's still cookies left, because the kids vultured around it right away. And if you've ever had Cheryl's cookies, you know that these are the most amazing to die for cookies in the entire world. Like, I love these. You know, but we had a team challenge, and, you know, she could have easily just thrown a gift card into an envelope and been like, oh yeah, here you go. Instead, she took the time to really like seek out a thoughtful gift. And I don't even think she'd ever heard me talk about Cheryl's cookies before. But she took the time to seek out this extremely thoughtful gift and send it to me with this, you know, beautiful message about, you know, thank you so much for your friendship in this journey. And, you know, the funniest part about this, and when I opened the box, I about died laughing. We actually sent each other Cheryl's cookies within days of each other. So neither one of us knew that we had done this. So she was, you know, going hardcore for annual sales award. And I was like, you know, and I get nothing out of it. She's my sponsor. So it's not like, you know, it's not this pyramid scheme kind of thing that you hear a lot of people say that it is. I mean, you get literally nothing out of it. And you know, she was shooting hard for her goals, and we were talking every day and, you know, bouncing back and forth. And, you know, she'd get in that sale and she'd be super, super excited because she was one step closer to her goal. And when she hit it, when, you know, the clock struck midnight on, what are we in May? So April 30th or 31st, please don't ask me which day it was because I don't remember, whatever the last day in April was. I'm terrible without a calendar. She hit her goal, and, you know, I waited up with her, even though she's in Michigan and I'm here in Indiana, and I waited up with her to have that clock roll over to celebrate that she hit annual sales award, which is an amazing and fantastic feat. It's, you know, $30,000 in sales in Scentsy's fiscal year yourself, not as a team, but by yourself. So she did $30,000 in sales during a pandemic. And this is the first time she's ever hit the award. And, you know, me, myself, I haven't been with Scentsy long enough. I haven't earned an incentive. I haven't been on a trip. I don't have any of these things to share with you guys to talk about how amazing Scentsy is, other than just, it's an amazing opportunity. It will, you know, bring people into your life that you never knew existed. It will provide for you a community of these incredibly wonderful, supportive women who cheer you on for every teeny tiny little thing that you do. It's really like, I had no idea when I got into this, you know, that it wasn't just a company, that it was really a family. And I had walked away from a company that was my family, and I still talk to those people every week. Not every single one of them, mind you, but I still talk to several of them every single week because I love them and I'm invested in them. And I've been gone for over a year now, and they still message me their accomplishments. And, you know, one of my coworkers just retired, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. Congratulations. Like, you know, those are the kind of things that really make an impact on me. Not the money. Don't get me wrong. I like filling the propane tank. I like saying yes to my kids, but it's not the money that makes this business so great for me. It's everything. But so anyways, so I waited up with her, and when we celebrated, and she had no idea, when that clock struck midnight, I actually ordered the Cheryl's cookie bucket that said cheers to you, and sent her a little note, you know, just thanking her for sharing her journey with me. If it wasn't for her, I never ever would have probably joined Scentsy. If I'm being honest, like it wouldn't have been on my radar. I'd have kept doing what I was doing and buying from the farmer's market whenever they open back up, which they did this year, which I'm excited about. I've got some events coming up. I just love to be part of those things. Like, I think they're fun. I think they're exciting. I love meeting new people, you know, but it's not a requirement for Scentsy in any shape or form. But, you know, if you've ever thought about joining Scentsy, now is the time to say yes. Again, you have absolutely nothing to lose. If you don't want to sell it, don't sell it. Just get the commission on your own purchases. If you are just buying it anyways, you might as well get the commission back. And I think, you know, you might find along the way that it fills so much more than just a need for fragrance, than just a need for a side hustle to get some extra cash in your bank account. I think that you will find that there are amazing friendships out there just waiting to find you. You know, and I like to do like little happy mail for the people who are on my team, just like I do happy mail for my customers. I like to send You know, the people who have trusted me to guide them on this journey, something fun every single month, because like I said, it's about the friendships. And you can see there's not a whole lot of like monetary investment into this. It's a decal for their car, a little thank you card, there's some stickers that they can put on whatever it is that they're giving to customers. And then because summer is coming and I'm a chapstick hoarder, I bought a really fun thing of lip smackers. It's just, I put these together as just a little reminder that I'm thinking about them all the time, because we're not always together. You know, and my sponsor she sends a card every single month, and it's just a card. And still, when I get that card, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. Like, it's on my happy wall. It gives me just joy to look over there and see those things. And, you know, it's not like awards. It's not accomplishments. I mean, I didn't hang any of those. I hit my shooting star. I hit my sensational starts. Like, I hit those, but that's not what's on my wall, not on my happy wall. The stuff that's on my happy wall is the things that I got from the people that I've met on this incredible journey to, I don't know where it's going. But I found my place in the world with Scentsy. I know I'm not going back to work anytime soon. You know, James and I have talked about that quite a bit. And the idea of sitting at home doing absolutely nothing but being a snack dealer is, and okay, I'm downplaying momhood, because let's be honest, I do way more than that. But, you know, when you come out of the corporate world, that's exactly what it feels like. Oh, you know, I went from being this you know, killer corporate lady to all of a sudden, like, this is all I do all day. You know, I cook, I clean, I watch kids, and then you just like, you kind of feel like you lose part of yourself in that. And, you know, one thing that I did learn too is being a stay-at-home mom is extremely lonely. And Scentsy has given me, like I said, a whole world of people to fill my life that, you know, makes you not feel quite so alone in this world. And, you know, there are a bunch of like-minded people who share a lot of your passions and who are excited for your accomplishments and are there to offer, you know, just kindness and courage and support. And it's just, it's the best $20 you will ever spend. I'm not going to say that it doesn't come with work, but it comes with more fun and more excitement and more feeling of accomplishment than it does work. Because, you know, like, okay, does it take me time to organize and pack these things? Yes, absolutely. Does it make me super excited when I can hand these over or put them in the mail? It really does. And I got to show you one more. Hang on. I'll be right back. And I meant to grab this before I sat down. And then, of course, I mom-brained it. You know, and I got this week from another person who is in my life because of Scentsy. And I cannot tell you how much respect and gratitude I have for this person. I mean, she is just amazing, and I love listening to her stories. She has lived here in the tiny town that I'm in for quite a long time. She knows everybody. Everybody knows her, and she's like the town mom, and she's the kindest, most incredible woman. You know, like I said, that, you know, and I know there are men out there who do that, so please, I'm not discounting you. I just haven't met any of you yet. You know, and she put together these really cute, like, little packs, and she got the Scentsy nail file because we're both Color Street girls. And, you know, I love these little cello bags that she did. And, you know, she found this little label printer that is incredible, and I had her send me the link, and I'll be ordering that this week because, come on, it's sparkly for starters. We know I love glitter. I don't think you can, like, it is sparkly and I'm in love. You know, but she also put together, you know, these little samples and stuff. I did ask her to go live in our group, and she's not quite comfortable with that yet. But, you know, like, oh my God, I would love to have her share some of her stories with everybody else. But like, you know, she's just incredible. And again, we're co-color street addicts, so she put in a sample. Which one is this one? Ooh, Sahara Jewel. Okay, I don't have this one yet. I need it. My Color Street collection, by the way, is out of control. You know, and she put this together, and you know, I dropped off her Happy Mail to her the other day, and she had it for me to show me, you know, what she had put together. And like, I'm the pride that I feel seeing all of this and all the work that she put in and how much fun she's having with it and how excited she was, you know, with this label maker, which by the way, I'm super excited for this label maker and must have. You know, I just like, it fills my heart, and it fills, like, I just can't even begin to describe how happy it makes me. And she's got all of these, you know, fun things in here. Coconut lemongrass. Oh, ooh. I need to get some of that too. You know, but she's sharing what she's doing on her journey with me. And it just, like, it touches my heart and it touches my soul. And like, I love to hear you know, all of the stories about our town and about our people. And, you know, I wouldn't have known any of that if Scentsy hadn't brought her into my life. And, you know, I just wanted to come on here, and it's less about, you know, the join special, but, you know, it kind of is too, because seriously, I mean, like I said, you guys have absolutely nothing to lose. If you have been on the fence about joining Scentsy and you're worried, you know, about investing in the kit and, you know, whatever it is, if you have been on the fence, now is the time to do it. You know, worst case scenario, you get a mini warmer and a free bar of wax. Well, it's not free, but you get a $0 out of pocket bar of wax. So it's black raspberry vanilla. You get 5 catalogs. You get a sample packet bundle with laundry, body, clean, and pets, and you get some fragrance testers to share with friends. And, you know, so you're getting well over that $20 value to take a chance. To take a chance on your future, to take a chance to change your life, to take a chance to find your, you know, soulmates out in the world who you might not have met otherwise. So, like I said, this one's a bit long, so I'm gonna get off. I will leave a couple of links for you down below. I'm going to leave a link to a sponsorship survey. I will also leave a link to my join tab. I would love to help anybody on their journey into Scentsy. You know, like I'm helping my cousin who just decided to take advantage of this week. And she'd done quite a few direct sales companies, and she could never ever find the right fit. And she's like, you know, I've been watching you and I'm watching how much fun you have. And, you know, she was showing her coworker the R2D2 warmer, and all of a sudden, like, everybody was swarming her like, oh my God, I love Scentsy. Scensy's amazing. You know, Scentsy is a household name. It really truly is. And she was like, wait a minute here. Maybe I've been doing this all wrong. And, you know, even if she only ends up buying her own stuff, even if you only end up buying your own stuff, it doesn't matter. That is one of the beautiful things about this business, is it doesn't have to be a business. It can be literally anything that you make it. And I would love to help you get there. Have a good night, you guys. Bye-bye.